Hi, these are your September 2017 horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com. I have great news for September after the craziness of all the eclipses in August and the tough times. But before I start, I want to let you know that huge shifts will be happening this autumn, because Jupiter and Saturn will be changing signs, and I'm making a webinar on Jupiter in Scorpio on the 30th of September, 10-15 days before Jupiter moves signs. Come and join me. It's going to be only $29. We're going to speak how Jupiter will personally impact you, because there will be a huge shift in your luck. Luck for everyone will change, where opportunities are coming in your life through, where things will blossom and happen easy in your life. When Jupiter changes signs, this is where all the luck and where the opportunities shift as well. So come and join me. It will be a 4-hour webinar, and you'll get the top information of how you can best benefit from this amazing transition that is happening. Virgo, September 2017. I have two good news for you, Virgos. First of all, this will turn out to be probably the most active and busy month for most of Virgos. And let's start first with Mercury, the planet that rules you, going direct. That's the first good news. Actually, for the past 3 weeks before September, almost, Mercury was moving retrograde. It still is moving retrograde while I'm recording. That's why I'm recording this video for the second time, because the first time I forgot to switch on the mic. It's about forgetfulness, forgetting details, having to correct mistakes, having to redo things over and over. And for you guys, Mercury, when it goes retrograde, maybe not everyone feels it, but Virgos tend to feel it very strong, because Mercury is the planet that rules your whole life. So usually when Mercury, unless your Mercury is retrograde in the birth chart, it tends to create some need for more extra efforts, to be a bit more difficult, to be a bit more stressful times. People naturally who are born with Mercury retrograde tend to thrive during those periods, but most other Virgos, usually during Mercury retrograde periods, they have to redo something a few times. They have to work harder. They have to put a lot of their skills out there to the best of their ability. They have to edit, renegotiate, re-advise, especially because Mercury was retrograde in your own sign, guys. And a lot of important mercurial things probably were somehow more complicated in your life, which is negotiations, communication, any projects connecting to writing, to speaking, to administrative work, to using your skills of any sort. Important communications that must have happened, but usually some kind of crisis happens, some kind of complication, and during the retrograde period you need to straighten it out, you need to work on it. There are usually some delays, but when Mercury turns direct, all complications that might have appeared in your life over the past 1 month, for example, and this happens on the 6th of September. So after the 6th of September, gradually things start to straighten themselves out. If there were some surprises, complications, you'll find solutions for them. Things come back to normal, so to speak. And when planets are moving direct, especially Mercury, the planet that rules you, things start happening according to your expectations. While planets are moving retrograde, things don't happen according to expectations. You have to be prepared for plan B, for plan C. You have to be ready to compromise, to look at different alternatives, to find very different solutions than what you originally expected, you know. And that can be frustrating, but actually it also has its positive sides, because the moment Mercury turns direct, it means that you're going to the results of your actions and the extra efforts you had to put during the Mercury retrograde will give 3 times more enduring results and more pleasing and positive results. Because anything that requires 3 times more effort usually tends to give 3 times more longer lasting results and more enduring results. So the good news is when Mercury moves direct, you'll start seeing the results of your extra efforts that you had to do, the complications get straightened out. If there was some kind of stressful situations with relationships, because Mercury is planet of communicating with others. So if there were some situations where some issues came to the surface and you have to confront them, these will start getting resolved. And maybe you'd lost some people from your life, or some relationships that are no longer necessary if you could not find a compromise, or you had deep conversations or important conversations and renegotiations of the terms of conditions of your relationships or contracts, when Mercury moves direct, the relationship will be improved. So these retrograde periods have their good side, so to speak. They have their purpose to improve things, to make them work smoother, to make them, but not while the planet is retrograde. This is when all the chaos comes up and you have to sort it out. And usually if you've worked harder, now when Mercury turns direct, you get repaid for those efforts and you see the results as well. And what it means, not only will Mercury be moving direct from the 6th of September, but all the other important planets that rule everything in life, which is Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and Mars, are all moving direct till December, when Mercury again will turn retrograde. So for the next 3 months after the 6th of September, guys, all the major players are moving forward, which means we as humans can also start moving forward to explore new territories, to move ahead with full speed. Things start becoming faster, things start developing very fast. I've always noticed in those rare moments, sometimes a month or 2 months, that all planets are moving direct, things like bam, 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 develop so fast. When planets are moving retrograde, like in April, there were so many retrograde planets, things get complicated, things get slowed down, or things get, you know, they're very stressful and they need rearrangements of some sort. But now you're having this window of opportunity to move forward, to progress, to push forward. So go for it once your planet turns direct. Explore new territories, and actually September is your month, Virgo, because the Sun will be in Virgo. Then from around the 6th of September or 7th, Mars is also entering Virgo for the first time in 2.5 years, and is going to be there almost till the end of October. So almost for a month and a half, Mars, the planet of energy, together with the Sun till the 20th of September, 23rd of September, will be in your sign. Well, Mars will continue to be till almost the end of October. And there is a rare opportunity that those two masculine planets, Sun and Mars, they're about go, go, start new things, initiate new beginnings. Sorry, let me find here, yeah. Initiate new beginnings, go courageously after what you want. So they will give you the drive and the courage to follow whatever actions you want to do. They give you, if you've been feeling a bit less motivated, if you've been feeling a bit, you know, like lacking energy, those two planets, when they're in your sign, they make you start materializing and manifesting on this plane. They make you come out of, how do I say, of hibernation. They make you, they pour their energy into you, so you start going after the things you want. You'd feel more physically active as well. You can use it, for example, to start exercise routine when Mars enters your sign. You can use it to tackle difficult things that you haven't had the courage or the energy to confront. You might even have to fight some battle while Mars is in your sign. But you become more assertive. The strength is in you because Mars is in your sign. It's not in the opposite sign, so the power is in the hands of your other people. You know, it's in your hands, in the first house. This is you. So, but one way Mars acts is, in order to kick us into action, it might aggravate us, because Mars is one of those, as we call them, more cruel planets. So it acts in ways that we might not love so much, but its ultimate goal is to get us into action, to make us overcome our fears, face our fears, to get courage to do something, or energy we haven't had the courage to do, or the stimulation. So something might, and because Mars is in Virgo, your sign, Virgo is a sign that is known for receiving criticism, giving criticism. So you might become, you might start getting very annoyed, because Mars is a planet of anger, by seeing something that you don't like. Virgo is a sign of improvements. It finds faults with things and goes there to fix them and improve them. So something might start really irking you. Something might really start, this, like say it might be something in your garden is too messy, and till now it wasn't, you didn't pay attention. Now it starts like really annoying you. You might even trip on something in your garden that's mess and hit yourself, and because of that it finally kicks you in the bum to fix it, to improve it, you know. Virgo is sign of improvements, of perfection. Or for example, it might be something to do with your skills. and someone comes and criticizes you and says you're not doing such a good job or whatever, something that steps on your toes and aggravates you, upsets you a little bit, that criticizes you, it might be a person, it might be your own inner critic, that starts getting dissatisfied and starts getting irksome and irritated at something. And because of that, you're kicked into action. This is how Mars acts. You have to be not, yes, definitely you feel more irritable, especially in September. Virgos born in the first 15 days, which means the August born Virgos and those born till around, let me see, the first 15 degrees, those born till around the 8th of September, so August born Virgos and till the 8th of September born Virgos. So if you have ascendant or moon in the first 15 degrees, you would feel this Mars more. So you might feel a bit more irritable, a bit more overly excitable, but that's there, this energy is there, not so you see it there steaming, you know, from your ears or whatever, and getting angry for no reason, but it's there too, so you can use the fire of Mars, which fire can be through anger or something, to get something done in a productive way, to fix something, to improve something, which is what Virgo wants to do. So, you know, it can be great time for fixing stuff, to be physically active. If you have no important projects that you want to put your energy into, in order for you not to get frustrated with Mars, not to get into some small accidents or injuries, the best thing for you to do is to at least do some physical exercise, to be more active, go for a walk or something like that, to dispel this energy of Mars. The best thing is to start working on some productive project, because Virgo is about tangible, productive results. Mars is action, something practical, and you'll be helped in a great way. If you work in any Mars activities, and then the second, Virgos born in the second part, they would feel Mars in October, you know, from the 15th degree till the 30th degree, or born after the 8th of September. So they would feel this flow of energy and drive, the second part of in October. People that are in any kind of Mars careers or activities will thrive. Like if they're in sports, either anything to do with machinery, operating machinery, with gadgets, with anything to do with metal, working with metal, whether it's in your garage, with cars or something like that. Mars is, if you are saying competitive business, you become way more competitive when Mars is in your sign. And this competition, when you feel competitive, you're not feeling calm and happy, you're feeling driven because you want to be the best, you want to compete. It's not an easy feeling, but it's fantastic, because especially in our world, which is so masculine and competitive, Mars is a planet that really helps us go after what we want. So if you're in some kind of a cutthroat business, competitive business, in something physical, in something that requires not only competing with others, but also putting a lot of physical energy, then this Mars transit will help you a lot. Or if you're planning on fixing something, repairing something, if you're planning on, you know, disciplining yourself in some way, because Mars is this soldier that has a drive and ambition, you know, fantastic time for you. And Mercury will also be in Virgo. It enters back there from the 11th of September and stays till the end of September, which means, guys, that you will be definitely, you'd be able to put things in order, organize them well, schedule routines the way you want, and they go according to your expectations. Remember, all planets are going direct. If you're involved in any mercurial careers, which is administrative, business, business administration, working on something to do with detail, with writing, with speaking, you're gonna shine, you're gonna be at your best starting from the 11th of September when Mercury enters your sign. You're gonna be wittier, cleverer, more observant, seeing details. So if you have any presentations to do, anyone to communicate with, any kind of business activities to sort out that require attention to detail, go for it, guys. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna have great success. Or things will be easier for you. And then Venus also comes and joins all those planets, but it's coming from in Virgo from the 21st of September. And Venus will be in your sign till the 15th of October. So from the 21st of September, gradually, those kind of hectic energies of the Sun and of Mars, and Mercury is also very planet that wants a lot of activity. So as I said, you'll be very active this month. Unusually so, you'll get those energies that if you haven't, especially because the previous months there were lots of planets in Leo, so you were feeling a bit like bleh. And because Leo is in your 12th house where the energy is wasted, you know, and where you need to rest, take it easy, go on holidays. But now when all those planets are coming into you, you're starting new beginnings. That's why these energies are giving you this, these planets are giving you so much energy. And Venus coming there will soothe you a bit, because all this fiery Sun, Mars energy, you might be kind of a bit wired up until Venus comes into your sign. So gradually after the 21st, you start becoming more zen, more calm. You start becoming more attractive, physically attractive as well. Well, Venus is transits your ascendant sun or moon sign in Virgo. You start using on your side to win charm and charisma and diplomacy as well, rather than just the Sun and Mars, which just would ruthlessly go after what they want, and having even fighting, you know, Sun and Mars would fight with someone to get what you want, would just go like a hunter after something. But Venus, you would have also, when Venus comes and joins, you would not make enemies at least. You start like attracting associates, attracting people that are on your side through diplomacy and charm. And actually after the 21st of September, you can start experiencing pleasant things like love. Venus is the planet of love, more affection that you feel towards others, feeling more attractive, more beautiful, feeling more gentle till the 15th of October, and attracting more sensual and physical pleasures in your life, and maybe improving your physical beauty by some therapies, by some getting a new hairstyle, buying new closet, you know, all those things, because Venus renews your sign with its energies. So renews new things you start to do in regards to Venus, which is buying beautiful things, pleasures, gratification of any sorts. Okay, so you know, that's a lot of activity for you, Virgo. Definitely it's like such a active month. Some of you just have to be a bit more careful, because Saturn, not the others, will be bustling and excitable after the first week, especially of September, when Mercury starts moving direct. You start feeling that energy more and more, so you'd feel it more and more, this energized, the more the month progresses. The beginning you might not still be, because there's still quite a few planets the first 10 days in Leo in your 12th house, but this energy starts coming more and more. But one last thing, Saturn can affect some of you guys, because Saturn is from around 21 degrees to around 23 degrees in Sagittarius, which means that Virgos that have Sun, Moon or Ascendant that from around 20 to around 23 degrees are having it a bit harder, because Saturn is a planet of testing, of delays, of some kind of complications that appear, that test your perseverance, your dedication, that test what you're made of, how tough you are. So it means that these are the Virgos. 16th of September, but it's the last time Saturn transits those degrees, and it's going to leave you for 7 years after that. It's not going to come anywhere close to such degrees for you guys until it enters Pisces in 7 years from now. So it's you know, it's like the last push. It's like you're in labor and it's the last push and the baby's going to pop out, you know. So there will be some resolution of difficulty, and Saturn started making those aspects actually from about a year ago. So if there were any difficulties and you were born around those days, you started feeling this pressure, more heaviness, more things like a testing period from around the year, and it's the last time it passes and then it gets resolved. So it's still good, you know, the testing will finish after that. Anyway, this is for you, Virgos. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the good news. Come and join me on the 7th of September with Dr. Diana Bakalova. We're gonna make a webinar on Chiron, what it means to have Chiron in the houses, what it means to have aspects to Chiron, what it means to have transits of Chiron to planets in your horoscope. Chiron is the wounded healer and is especially connected to Virgo. Chiron has a specific, because Virgo is a healer, is natural, and Chiron is a sign that is a planet that shows where we have a big wound, psychological wound, that is not healing easy. When we find out where you have it in your horoscope, Diana, Professor Diana, Dr. Diana, she will tell us how to overcome that psychologically and with practical ways, not just psychological things, you know, but also practical actions, because that's what she's been working for years and years with her clients through astrology and psychology. So thank you so much. Hope you come and join us and enjoy September, Big Blast Month.